Welcome back guys. In this video I'll be showing you how to combine DLSS for AI Upscaler with FSR 3.1 frame generation in Hogwarts Legacy. I'll be playing the game on my Linux based PC that has a Ryzen 5700X 3D processor and an RTX 2070 Super GPU. My operating system is Bazzite NVIDIA Edition, GPU driver 575.64. This game already supports FSR frame generation, but the upscaler is not decoupled from FrameGen. We cannot combine it with DLSS. This is why I'll be using Nukem9 Mod. It will replace the in-game DLSS frame generation implementation with FSR frame generation. It will also enable NVIDIA Reflex, which will help in cutting down the latency. The game comes with an older version of DLSS upscaler. I'll be manually updating it to the latest version, that is 310.3.0.0. Just need to set the render preset to K in order to activate the transformer model of DLSS 4. I'll be verifying the upscaler's details using DLSS debug overlay. First I'll show you how to set it up. Just copy the registry code provided by Emos from this website. I'll give its link in the description. Copy. Need to create a new text file anyway on your PC. I'll just create it on the desktop. Will make it easier for us to access it via Proton Tricks. New text file. Name it anything you want. I'll just name it as overlay. Change the extension from .txt to .reg. Click on OK. Select the file, right click, open with kwrite. Paste the lines here. Click on file, save, close. Now create another registry file. I'll be using it to disable the DLSS debug overlay. New text file, name it anything you want. I'll just name it as overlay off. Change the extension from .txt to .reg. OK. Select the file, right click, open with, use kwrite. Paste the lines here, replace number 4 with 0. Click on file, click on save, close. I'll enable the DLSS debug overlay by executing this registry file overlay. We'll execute the file using Proton Tricks. You can download Proton Tricks for free from Discover Store. Launch it. From here just select Hogwarts Legacy. It's the Steam version of the game. Click on OK. Check this option. Select the default WINEDLLOVERRIDES. Click on OK. Check this option. Run Regedit. Click on OK. This window will pop up. Click on registry here. Click on import registry file. Just need to go to the desktop, my computer, Z drive, home. Open the folder whose name is the same as your PC's username. Open desktop. There's the registry file overlay. Select it, click on open. OK, that's it. Close the windows. I'll be using build 0.130 universal version of Nukem9 Mod. Can be downloaded for free from Nexus Mods website. Just need to have a free Nexus Mods account in order to download any stuff from here. Click on manual download under universal. Click on slow download. The download will start. I'll be using Optiscaler Mod to inject Nukem9 Mod into the game. We'll also use Optiscaler to override the upscaler sharpness level. We'll be using version 0.7.7 preview 9 build of Optiscaler Daria. Scroll down until you find the asset section. Expand it. Click on .7z link here. A new version of DLSS 4 upscaler is available now. It's version 310.3.0. You can download it from TechPowerUp's website. Click on download here. Click on any of these servers. The download will start. I have already tested this version of DLSS 4. Not a big improvement in terms of image quality compared to the previous version, that is 310.2.1. It helps in lowering the VRAM usage depending on the resolution the game is running at. First I'll install Optiscaler Mod. Just open its archive file. Select the highlighted files, 3 of them, drag and drop them outside of this window like this. Wait for the extraction process to complete. Select the extracted files. Right click, cut. Open the game's install directory. Select the game in your Steam library. Right click, manage, click on browse local files. Open Phoenix folder, binaries folder, Win64 folder. Paste the files here. Change the name of Optiscaler.dll file to dxgi.dll. Open Optiscaler.ini file. Set DX12 upscaler to DLSS. Set FG type to Nukems as we will be using Nukem9 Mod. click on save here, close. Now I'll manually update DLSS Upscaler. Open the Upscaler's archive file, extract this DLL file nvngx_DLSS, select, right click, cut, open the game's install directory. I'll show you where to paste this DLL file. Open engine folder, plugins folder, runtime folder, NVIDIA folder, DLSS folder, binaries folder, third party folder, Win64 folder. Replace the older version of DLSS Upscaler with the latest version, override. That's it. Now I'll install Nukem9 Mod. Open its archive file. Open DLL_version folder. Extract this DLL file. DLSS G2 FSR3 AMD is better. Drag and drop it outside of this archive window. There it is. Select it. Right click, cut. Open the game's install directory. Open Phoenix folder, binaries folder, Win64 folder. Paste the DLL file here. Everything has been installed. Now we need to add a launch argument to the game. Select the game in your Steam library. Click on the settings cog here. Click on properties. Click on general. Under launch options, add this line of text. Using Mangohud is optional. I'll be using it to show you the performance metrics. My display supports up to 240Hz refresh rate. I'll be using Mangohud to apply a 225 FPS cap. I have already shown the setup process for Mangohud. We'll drop the video tutorial link in the description of this video. If you are interested in installing Mangohud, you can refer to that video. I am using G Proton version 10-4 as the compatibility layer. This is the Mangohud configuration that I am using. FPS limit 225. Performance metrics can be enabled or disabled from here. Launch the game. In-game settings. Display mode set to windowed full screen, full HD resolution, Upscaler DLSS using its quality preset. Now this is very important. You need to set the upscale sharpness level to nil. Otherwise Nukem9 Mod won't work properly. Its smoothing effect. Frame generation disabled for the time being. We have access to this setting. This means the mod is working. Low latency mode. Okay. Cannot access Reflex from here. This is strange. I'll just enable DLSS frame generation. Reflex got enabled. Now I'll disable frame gen. Reflex is still on. VSync off. I have applied a 225 FPS cap via Mangohud. If your display supports up to 144Hz refresh rate, just apply an FPS cap of 138 via Mangohud. Motion blur, depth of field, chromatic aberration, film grain disabled. Using the high preset, post process quality set to low, ray tracing off, completely up to you. Open Optiscaler menu by pressing the insert keyboard key. There you go. From this drop down bar, make sure DLSS is selected. Version is shown here 310.3.0. You can confirm this via DLSS debug overlay present in the bottom left corner. Render preset use this K. This is the transformer model of DLSS 4. Base resolution 720p upscale to full HD. Auto exposure setting is on. DLSS auto exposure setting helps in reducing ghosting around objects in the environment. Also fixes the texture shimmering issue produced by shiny objects. Just check this setting, override under sharpness. It will override the in-game upscaler sharpness level, which I have set to nil in order to get Nukem9 Mod working properly. I'll stick with the default value of 0.300. I'm in Hogsmeade, its marketplace. Here FPS is close to 50. Not hitting the GPU bottleneck. This is disappointing. Experiencing a few hitches. If you have an RTX GPU, this game will perform better on Windows compared to Linux. We get DCD performance regression. Okay, I'll just enable Nukem9 Mod. From the in-game settings, just set frame generation to DLSS frame gen 2 times. Resume the game from the same spot. Yeah, I can observe the added amount of smoothness. Big improvement in performance, all thanks to Nukem9 Mod. This is amazing. FPS increased to around 100. Not observing any noticeable graphical artifacts around the character model. Game's HUD elements are not flickering. Only the DLSS debug overlay is flickering. You can disable it via the registry file that we created earlier. I'll show you the process. Leaving Hogsmeade, just fly around. Use my broom. Here you go. Show you some combat as well. Outside Hogsmeade performance should be better. Yeah, it's close to 120 FPS.
The castle must have been quite stately in its time.
Much better frame pacing here. Found the bad guys. I'll just dismount here. Or just some spiders. Stable performance even during combat. I'll just spam my moves. It's highly recommended to use Nukem9's mod in this game if you have an RTX 20 or 30 series GPU. Okay, now I'll show you how to disable the DLSS debug overlay. We'll be executing overlay of .registry file using ProtonTricks. Launch ProtonTricks. Select Hogwarts Legacy, click on OK. This window will pop up. Check this option. Select the default WINEDLLOVERRIDES. Click on OK. Check this option. Run Regedit. Click on OK. This window will pop up. Click on Registry. Click on Import Registry File. And just navigate to the desktop. Select the registry file overlay off. Click on Open. OK. Close the windows. This will disable the overlay. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.